Okay. Okay, students, today we will discuss the third source of external recruitment, and that is wanted signboards. See, wanted signboards also sometimes called as wanted advertisements also, which we have normally seen outside the companies. See, though big firms do recruit through advertisements in newspapers for skilled specialist jobs like any specifically required requirement is there. Recruitment by and large is done informally through word of mouth or display of signboards. See, many companies normally what happens is they use a glow signboard for displaying jobs and vacancies. See, these glow signboards can be easily viewed even in the night also while driving. So if anybody watches that particular signboard even during the night, that word of mouth, they'll be spreading this information that the company has put a signboard mentioning the wanted this one description. So it might go to other people also. The information will spread at a rapid pace. So probably the best known way to notify potential applicants of job is help wanted advertisements, and it is the most appropriate medium primarily for on the geographic recruitment area. And one more thing, students, when help wanted advertisements increase, unemployment usually declines. So while when help wanted advertisements decrease, unemployment usually rises. So but the help wanted movements typically do not parallel unemployment movements because of the changing advertising practices. See, for example, during periods of low unemployment, employers may rely more heavily on help wanted advertisements than on alternative means of finding workers. And long gone are the days when companies would place help wanted ads in newspapers, which had limited space. In today's world, all of the postings are found online, which means employers do not have any space constraints. Because in online, as you everybody knows, length is not an issue, and companies also have ample space to make a job posting that is not actually boring. See, after all, whole idea behind the ad is to sell the company and the job to the best candidates with the right KSA, again, knowledge, skill, and ability. Because of this, it is good idea to put some flair into the ad. And reading the help wanted section also gives candidate an opportunity to evaluate the company. We will see some of the creative ads. I'll be showing you some of the creative ads which has been displayed. See, students, can you see the can you see this particular screen of mine? Can anybody say yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See here, how beautifully they have designed hiring. See, hiring is in bold. That means it should be highlighted, right? Then they have mentioned below that extraordinary. Extraordinary. So they have put a picture over there. That means who has got the right knowledge, skill, and ability. Then, are you the one? We are looking for sales superheroes. So, preferred superhero power, long, flexible tongue. Why? Because, see, this picture is so intelligently or beautifully designed that a sales guy should be always, he should be talkative. He should be giving the information to all the people. So, his tongue is lengthy, right? So, which you can see in the picture over there. And if you have all those capabilities of convincing people, of speaking to the customers, giving the company's product information to the customers, so if you have that ability, they've clearly mentioned over there, if you are the one, talk to us at, see, they've mentioned the website over there. Let me see some of the creative Indian job ads. looking for people who can eat 50 panipuris at one go. Our employees get free Jaguars, or at least free rides in them. See how beautifully the heading says our employees get free Jaguars. In the bracket they mentioned, or at least free rides in them till the surprise is over. So job perks include free cake with strangers and making people smile. So we will get plenty of that creative ads. The reason is very simple, students. First thing is we have to market our company. We have to prove that if you join our organization, what benefit you will be getting in our organization, right? So for that, normally companies, what they do is when they're using this, signboards, or when they're putting the information in the website, or when they're uploading their information in other job portals, they have to impress the applicants. So gone are those days where the candidates will, when the companies will select the candidates. Now it is a tough time for even the companies also, because even companies want a candidate with the right KSA, right? That is knowledge, skills, and abilities. So for that reason, what they are doing is they are making it more creative, especially this wanted signboards are concerned, or it can be ads in the internet. So they're making it very creative, so that the moment an applicant sees that particular web page, he should the information should be catchy, like that they are designing. Okay, now advantages of wanted signboards. Any volunteer students who want to say advantages of wanted signboards, kindly make it as interactive session, students. I know it is a weekend, but in spite of that, I want everyone to be energetic, so that we should never feel that, especially HR students, you should be very, very, very energetic. Yes. Some of the pros and cons of wanted signboards. Anybody? Volunteers?
So,
Any volunteer? Yes.
yes,
Who is
sir.
this? The Padmaja.
Maja.
Padmaja. Yes, ma. Good morning. Please tell.
Good morning, sir. The wanted signboards show attracts the people, and it gives
See,
more.
I want all of you to speak in terms of technical. First thing is catchy, attractive, what Padmaja mentioned. That means reach of the target population. Correct, Padmaja?
Yes, sir.
Then any other point, Padmaja, you want to add?
Gives more information.
Gives more information. Okay, let me summarize it later. Thank you so much, ma. And mute your audio.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, next. Padmaja has told 2 points. Today, our students, HR specialization students, his energy is low, or they might have on it and went somewhere. Huh? Okay, Bharat Kolkar, good morning. You want to add any other point in this? Wanted signboard
Yes,
is concerned. Yeah, please tell.
yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, new technology and style.
Hmm.
Then,
So what exactly you are telling, Bharat? Whether you are telling pros or cons, or advantages or disadvantages from the company
sir,
point of view?
sir, advantages.
Okay, tell me first advantage. What according to you?
Sir, new technology and style of the company.
Hmm.
Then
Okay.
target the markets.
Okay. Because visibility will be there, right? 24
Yes, sir.
bar 7 visibility will be there.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. It will reach large number of audience.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much, Bharat. You can mute your audio.
Thank you,
So
sir.
any other student? Last opportunity. The point which Bharat or Bharat and Padmaja told. Any other point you want to add? Tanvi, Sarika, Rohini Patil, Yashaswini Raichur.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Yashaswini, tell me.
Sir, it could be said like one of the fastest advertising, sir. without people, directly they can, by seeing the advertisement, they can directly get to know that job is available for them.
Hmm.
So that is advantages. And then
Okay.
uh, and the even the information also, without they are not in search of the information, they'll know,
Hmm.
get to know by seeing the advertisements, or such kind of signboard advertisement. Directly they get to know the required information for them with relate to job search, sir.
Good. And Yashaswini, how about the money spent on these signboards? Is it less or more compared to other things what we discussed yesterday?
Sir, it would be less, sir. uh,
It would be less. Okay.
yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Ma. You can kindly mute your audio.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Okay. Now, see, whatever points you people have mentioned, I will summarize it and I'll explain you. Okay. Now, wanted signboards are concerned. Some of the advantages are like this. See, the first advantage could be time, right? Time. See, help wanted advertisements allow employer to reach a large audience in a relatively short period of time. Correct? Anybody who is passing in front of the organization, or in a very selected area, if the company is putting that particular requirement ad in a selected area, so anyone who is passing, or number of people who are passing, they'll be obviously seeing that particular signboard, right? And they will be passing this information to needy. Correct? So time is concerned, one thing is help wanted advertisements help allow an employer to reach a large number of audience in a relatively short period of time. Correct? This point already you people only have told me, covered. The second thing is reach of the target population, which Padmaja told, even Bharat mentioned. See, help wanted advertising reaches a large number of audience. Then the third, convenience. See, these are convenient as they can be easily viewed even in the night also while driving. So what happens is, as and when someone is passing in front of the organization or in front of the signboard, so they will be having an eye on that particular signboard, right? So they might be passing the information to the needy. So it will reach a large amount of people. Then what are the disadvantages of wanted signboards? That also I'll explain you now. Then quality of applicant pool. So there will be a lot of disadvantage in the first point what I mentioned, that is quality of applicant pool. That means a large number of both qualified and unqualified individuals may respond to the advertisement, correct? So even though they are not qualified for a particular position which has been listed over there, so everybody wants to apply. So there will be a large number of both qualified and unqualified individuals may respond to the advertisement, which could lead to difficulty in screening vast number of applications. So the application number will be more, the quantity will be increasing because of a ad like that. So it is a job of HR to scrutinize them properly, then select the right candidates with the right KSAs. Then the second disadvantage could be cost, students. Cost, very important. So these can prove to be expensive for the company. Why I tell you, suppose if you are putting a wanted signboard in your premises only, in your premises, that means where the organization is located, then what happens? Probably the less number of people might move in front of the organization because it is located somewhere in the outskirt or in the special economic zone, right? So what companies they do is they will select a place. They will select a place where more number of people move. And when more number of people are moving, and if you want to book that particular place, remember students, we have to book that particular place for thousands of rupees paying to the corporation, correct? And if you are putting in a place just outside your corporate, number of people who will be viewing will be less. So if you want to put it in a crowded area where normally people people will be moving, then automatically what happens? The price for that particular place will increase. So I mentioned here, cost is concerned. This can prove to be expensive for the company. It can go in lakhs. In a city, in a metropolitan city, it can go in lakhs. See, two things you can do over there if you book that particular place. that is wanted signboards. One thing is you are creating an awareness about your organization to the local public over there. Right? See, for example, the moment you are entering Belgaum, you can see a very big board of ACRES. ACRES organization, Quest. Right? See, what they're doing exactly is they're promoting their organization, they're creating the visibility of their organization, and parallelly, they're mentioning, okay, we require dedicated people who can serve our organization, who can contribute to the growth of the organization to the fullest extent. We are looking for so and so people, right? So it will serve both the purpose. But if you want to put in a prominent position, then automatically the cost also will increase. Clear, students? So this is about the wanted signboard. Next, we will study about employment exchange. So what do you mean by employment exchange? Employment exchanges are set up by the government in almost all the districts. And what they do is, what is the main job of an employment exchange which is set up by the government? What they'll do is, name and other particulars of a job seeker are recorded in the employment register. So under this system, personal managers forward information regarding vacant jobs to the concerned employment exchange. So employment officer in turn forwards the names of applicants with requisite qualifications from among those entered in his register to the organization. Then manager of the organization interviews them and makes selection as per his requirement. This method of recruitment is mostly followed to select, not high level jobs or high paid salary jobs. It will be selected for, low to medium or low to middle level jobs, like entry level jobs. What you can say, instead of low level, I can say entry level jobs, or medium, like, a basic analyst kind of a job, a freshers or typist, something like that, but not for a high paid jobs. So I'll explain you once again this employment exchange and what are the duties of this exchange. These employment exchange are basically, they're set up by the government in almost all the districts. And what they do is they record the details of the job seeker or the participant or an unemployed candidate or a student who is looking for a job in the employment register. Everything should be monitored, student. Everything will be monitored here. How many students walked in, how many names are there, everything should be recorded. And under this system, what happens is, students, the personal managers forward information regarding the vacant jobs to the concerned employment exchange. See, suppose there is an organization in Belgaum. So first thing is, they will be getting the information of the candidates from the employment exchange itself. So these employment exchange are responsible to first record the data of all the candidates who have applied for the job. Then after that, they are in touch with the company HRs. So as and when there is a vacancy in the organization, the first call will come to the employment exchange telling that, sir, we have so and so opening. If you have any candidate who matches this particular profile, kindly send these details to me so that we can scrutinize the application. So this is the basic job of an employment exchange. And even sometimes what happens is, these employment exchange people, they will be joining hands with the corporates or colleges to host job fair also. Like, last year or I think 2015, we did a program called as Connect to Careers, where more than 40 companies participated in a job fair, and we directly joined hands with employment exchange. So we mentioned that to employment exchange that we are hosting a job fair in our college. In what way you can assist us? Then they assisted by forwarding few companies. Then they have sent this message to all the colleges in Karnataka, telling that there is a job fair. Right. So they will create a platform to the potential job seekers and job givers. So they play an intermediary role, these employment exchange people. Then after understanding the job of this employment exchange, now we'll understand the basically advantages and disadvantages of employment exchange when it comes to the sources of external recruitment. So anybody, any volunteer? What are some of the advantages of this employment exchange from the student point of view, from the organization point of view? Anybody? What are some of the advantages of employment exchange from the student point of view, from the organization point of view? Yes, Anisa Patan. Good morning. Hello, Anisa. Happy Saturday. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Can you tell me advantages? What are the advantages of employment exchange?
For the candidates, it will be easy to search for a job, to get a job.
How? What he will do? Because he will register with the employment exchange. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then from the company point of view?
For the company point of view, the employee exchange will search for a candidate, so it would be easy for them to search for a new blood.
Oh, fresh blood. Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay. Any other point, Anisa?
No, so that's it.
Okay, okay. Okay, student Anisa has mentioned from both the point of view. Any other student? Uma madam, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Today you joined late.
Yes,
Time
sir.
stamp also I'll be maintaining, huh?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Can you tell the advantage, Uma?
Sir, maybe cost will also be less for them,
For whom?
for the company, sir.
For
If
the
they,
company.
yes, sir.
Okay. So that means you are saying economical, sir. It will be economical, both from the candidate point of view as well as from the company point of view. It is economical. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And fantastic. Any other student? Last option, last chance I'll give you. Any other student? I should only call. Mr. Shivraj Toragal, good morning. Good morning, Shivraj. Shivraj, you have kept your device and you have went to sleep. Shivraj, you call me after this class. I want to speak to you. Shivraj. Okay. Sakshi, good morning, Sakshi. Sakshi Kameri, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, very good morning. So, any other point, Ma, from your point of view, employment exchange is concerned? Okay, what are the disadvantages? You tell me, Sakshi, according to you. See, oh, a lot of disturbance, Sakshi. Okay, no problem. Rohini Patil, what are some of the disadvantages of employment
Yes,
exchange?
sir.
Yeah.
So the right candidate may not be selected for the job as per his skills.
Okay, right candidate. The company might not get the right candidate, you mean to say?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fantastic. Any other point?
No, so that's it.
Okay, ma. Okay. Let me summarize the advantages and disadvantages when it comes to employment
Yes.
Sir?
exchange. Yes, who is this?
So,
Tanvi.
so Tanvi, yeah. I would
Yeah,
like
Tanvi,
to
tell
add
me.
to disadvantage.
Yes, ma,
Because
please tell me.
sometime employee actually register with this employment exchange, but then they don't update it. As in, if they got any other job, they don't update with the employment exchange that they have already got a job.
Beautiful, beautiful. See, very good point, Tanvi. See, periodic
Thank you,
updation
sir.
might not happen, right? So that could be one of the disadvantage. Even though if the candidate is placed in some good organization, he might not revert back and update the records. So technology upgradation should
Yes, sir.
happen. Fantastic. So beautiful points. Okay. So now let me explain you the advantages and disadvantages of employment exchange, students. If we see HR class is concerned, we will make it interactive so that we can understand in a better way. Okay. That is my intention of asking you people from your point of view. See how beautifully you have explained. The first advantage of employment exchange, what according to us, all of us, is economical, right? Economical. That means these enroll the people who are in need of jobs, basically. So the candidate or a fresher who actually requires job, only he will go and enroll to employment exchange, right? So actually those who are needy, those who want the job, those who have that hunger that I require a job, only these category of people will go and enroll. And then employers may approach these exchanges for the purpose of recruitment. The unemployed or those who are not satisfied with their existing jobs may get their names along with their biodata, and even they can register with the employment exchange. Their names are recommended by the exchange whenever there is a requisition from an employer. And recruitment through employment exchange is also very, very economical. So employers are required to send a letter only to the employment exchanges, and on the basis of this letter, the names of the job seekers are sent to them. Then employment exchanges generally have the names of many persons with varied qualifications. When I say varied qualifications, it starts from 10th standard, then +2, then PUC, +2, then after that degree, right? Then ITI, varied qualification. Then it is easy for them to supply the candidates according to the employer's requirements. So when the names are invited from the employment exchanges, there are less chances of favoritism or nepotism. So the first advantage of this particular source of external recruitment was what we discussed was economical. And the second one could be it clearly helps in assessment. It helps in employment assessment. That is, data collected by the employment exchanges on industry-wide employment, occupational and educational pattern of employees are unique and unparalleled. So this actually, students, throws light on the demand of labor in the labor market and the educational and skill requirements of the industry. It is only through this source that employment in the organized industry is assessed. Then after that, the disadvantages of employment exchanges. Now, as Tanvi mentioned, some of you even mentioned that technology upgradation should happen even in employment exchanges. And probably now, slowly they're implementing the technology as and when there is a requirement from the company. Immediately that has to be posted to all the students who have registered with the exchange. Or when the new candidates will register, he or she should be getting the postings of all the requirements which is there in that particular district. So that those technology upgradations should happen as and when there is a candidate who gets posted in a company, his name should be deleted from that particular list that is already posted, right? And the people, some of the disadvantages could be long queues at the exchange are very troublesome, students. If you have visited any of the employment exchange or any of the job fair, you will come to know the scenario over there. For one company, there will be hundreds of students who will be waiting in the queue over there. See, job mela, job fairs are concerned. Last year when we did, close to 6,000 students came, 6,000. And it was a rush, complete rush. And managing these students will be an Herculean task. Right? Because there's a lot of requirement, there's a lot of job scarcity which is now there in the market. So as and when there is a posting, immediately there will be hundreds of thousands of students will be rushing towards the organization or towards the college or towards the employment exchange. Right? And the another disadvantage could be those on roles of unemployment exchange have to visit it after specific periods regularly, for getting the registration of their names. Or renewal should be done periodically. Or their names should be deleted from the list of prospective candidates. It is difficult to get meritorious people through this source because of the upgradation. So periodic upgradation should happen, right? So these are some of the major advantages and disadvantages of this particular method. Very good. You people have listed few good points. Then after that, we will understand the next method, that is called as TV or radio advertisement. Now, though it is lost its charm, but slowly it is again gaining. Okay, so now this will be the fifth source of external recruitment what we'll be discussing. Now, radio and television are used, but that too by government departments, especially for the public sector, or for the Indian Navy is concerned, or Indian Army is concerned. You will be seeing ads, right? So companies in the private sector are hesitant to use the media because of high cost, very high cost. And also because they fear that such advertising will make the companies look desperate and damage their conservative image also. They feel that. Okay. So it can be used to reach certain type of job applicants such as skilled workers. Besides, there is nothing inherently desperate about using radio or television. Rather, it depends upon what is said and how it is delivered that implies some level of desperation. Now, let me show you some of the public sector ads also, which you have not seen. 1 minute, students. Sorry, I think it's not visible. Let me directly take you to the video better. So you can see here plenty are there, public sector ads are concerned, but I was just seeing, okay, yeah, here we have ONGC.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, कैसे हो आप? आज हम आपके लेकर आए हैं ओएनजीसी ओपाल में निकली भर्ती के बारे में। ओएनजीसी ओपाल में भर्ती निकली है और इस पोस्ट को यदि
So this is ONGC is again a public sector unit, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation of India. Okay. So you can just see here how many videos are there related to public sector postings. So normally they'll be using this platform, that is television or radio. And why private sectors will not use? Because of the cost involved in that. Wait 1 minute, I'll show you a proper ad. Yeah, emotional ad featuring retired officers. Okay. Yeah. See, this ad will even motivate the youngsters to join the Indian Navy or Indian Air Force. It's a public sector. Students, you can.
योजना में मुफ्त मौका है, कैंसी निकाली गई। इन पदों के लिए 12वीं पास उम्मीदवार आवेदन कर सकते हैं। जारी पदों पर आवेदन ऑनलाइन आमंत्रित किए गए हैं।
So if you can, even in television also, it is very popular. They'll motivate a lot of youngsters to join the public sector units. Plenty of openings will be there, right? So majorly the private sector or the private sector companies are hesitant to use the media because of high cost, and also because they fear that such advertising will make the companies look desperate and even damage their conservative image. So what are some of the advantages or disadvantages when it comes to TV or radio advertisement? See, some of the advantages could be like, time. That is, the employer will appeal to a large audience in a shorter period of time. But for that, you need to choose a proper channel where the lot of people will be viewing that particular program, right? And if you choose that particular slot, probably because of the television rating point, that is TRP, for that particular slot might be too high. It will be in second, students. For 5-second ad, it will be in lakhs. See the cost involved, but the advantage is it will reach large number of targeted population, reach of the targeted population. The advantage of radio and TV, the major advantages is that they have the potential to reach a huge number of job seekers. Then in terms of convenience also, that is, television and radio advertising remains the most visible and prestigious form of advertising and the most convenient way to reach an audience of millions. And today, what is happening, students, on the way, majority of the people who are driving their cab, especially in the metropolitan cities, so they'll be, they'll be always, their radio will be on, right? They'll be listening to the radio. So in between, the job ads will be coming, okay? And what are the disadvantages of TV or radio advertisement? Obviously, the high cost involved. That is very important. High cost. The cost of radio and television advertising, particularly on a nation scale, especially if you want to publicize your ad throughout the nation, all the states, all the districts, it will be very high. It will be very high. The cost involved would be very high. So the companies want to work out even that particular thing also. The cost involved, if it is very high, they might skip this particular idea. Then quality of applicants pool. That means the disadvantage being that they also attract a large number of highly unsuitable candidates, right? So even though I am not eligible to apply, I will give a try. Let me try once. What happens? Let me see. So quality of applicant pool will be large. Then short exposure time. See, one is the short exposure time of an ad. Like television, most radio advertisements last only for 15 to 30 seconds. So listeners involved in other activities such as driving or working on a computer, or might be having your dinner or lunch, especially while having that, so may not pay attention to the content. Further, people often use radio as a background to drown out other distractions, especially during work. So apart from this, any other advantage or disadvantage, if you feel, students, you can list it out. Any other student, volunteers, you want to tell something, or shall I go to the next point? Okay. Now the next source of external recruitment, which is very, very popular, is called search on the internet. Please understand, search on the internet. So what do you mean by search on the internet? Employers and recruiters have uncovered what appears to be a treasure trove of applicant information on the internet. By searching the internet and social networking sites such as Facebook or LinkedIn, they can be effectively able to look under the hood and try to get into an applicant's head. Unlike the traditional hiring tools like psychological testing or calling the past employers and background checking, these social networking sites hold out the promise of revealing the real applicant, right? So statistics from various surveys, news article, and anecdotal evidence confirm that there is an increased use of social networking sites to search and screen candidates. Now let me search something on the internet. I want to search something, some company specific related. Let me show you how best we can do that. That too in a very lesser time, how we can search. See, first I just search HR jobs in India. If I go down and see, sorry. Okay. You can see the screen over there. 1 minute, 1 stands 100,000. 10,000 lakh. See, 2 crore results have come. You can see there at the bottom. Then, if I go specifically location wise, HR jobs in Bangalore, just see there, it is almost 13 crore. 13 crore results have come at the bottom. See here. Then, if you want company specific, I specifically mentioned HR jobs in Capgemini. So wherever they have posted that there is an opening, everything will be displayed. See how many results have come. It is almost 3 crore results have come related to Capgemini. Right. So finding a job for the candidate, it is very easy just on your fingertips. But finding a right job, it is very challenging. See, technology has made one thing very simple, students. It is from the employee point of view as well as from the employer point of view. Posting a job is very easy. Making candidates to see that particular job is very easy. But from the company point of view, what happens when once they post that particular job, they will be getting applications from all the region, whether they are appropriate for that particular job, whether they are suitable, unsuitable. All the people will be posting that particular their resume or CV to the particular job. So there will be a lot of time which is involved in scrutinizing the right candidate with the right KSA. Correct? And from the candidate point of view also, students, see, just as what exactly you want information, 3 crore information is available related to HR jobs in Capgemini. So you should be very, very specific when you are actually searching on the internet. Otherwise, what happens is you will be wasting a lot of time. And see, sitting in Belgaum, I can search jobs in other country. If someone is interested to work in Dubai, plenty of opportunities. HR jobs in Dubai directly. Okay, see there, 62 crore. That means the challenge for you is if you are searching for a job outside country, what happens? The number of applicants or the number of people who are applying for that particular job will also be increasing, right? Because it is a global level ad what they have put. So you need to find the right source and right information, what exactly you want. Plenty students. See there, when I specifically put Canada, see HR jobs from Canadian dollars, 1 lakh annual salary. Right? So all the information today is available at your fingertips. But the first thing is you have to check the authenticity of that. Authenticity is very, very important. Okay. So what is this search on the internet? Can anybody tell me the pros and cons? We will discuss, students. We will end our particular session today here itself, search on the internet. Remaining 3 is concerned, I'll be taking in the next class. But I want the students to please speak on the pros and cons of search on the internet. Yeah. We saw just now how we will be getting the results. Yeah, advantages. Who is this?
So, Sarika.
Yes, please tell me.
So, disadvantage may be the company detail, like the job which is provided, job details which are provided might be fake of other countries we are applying.
Okay. Sarika, any bad experience?
No, sir.
Okay, no problem. So perfectly listed by Sarika. That is the first disadvantage. See, especially when you are applying for a job in other country, it might be completely fake, correct? Because you don't know who has posted on the other end over there. So they might completely capture your profile and they can do anything with your data, what they have captured. Or they might demand some amount from you also, right? Correct, ma. As you mentioned, obviously it can happen. It's a disadvantage. Any other point, students?
Sir,
Yeah. Deepika.
sir, time saving.
Okay. Search on the internet. That means sitting in front of the PC or using your mobile phone, you can get n number of jobs.
Sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Time saving, and it is very speed also. At a very faster pace, the candidates can search the job. Okay, fantastic. Any other point?
Sir,
Bharat, yes.
less cost, sir.
Less cost
It
is
is not more
involved.
expensive. Not more expensive.
Fantastic. So what you will do, you will search a job. If that requirement matches with your profile, you directly apply it online. And if they shortlist you, they'll be directly calling for the interview. Very good, Bharat. The cost involved for the candidates is less. Correct. Any other? And even from the company, it is less. Correct. Any other advantage or disadvantage, or shall I summarize? Tanvi?
Yes, sir.
Sakshi? Yeah, Tanvi, you want to add something? Please tell.
No, sir. Sir, sometimes there can be fraud.
Yeah, Sarika mentioned, right?
Yes, sir.
When you don't know who has posted that on the other end.
Yes, sir. And sometimes what they say is pay this much of amount, and then you will get a job. So different type of frauds can take place on internet.
Correct. Okay. So the candidates can be cheated easily.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tanvi, you can mute your audio. Megha wants to speak now. Megha, tell me.
So I want to add a point for disadvantage. So there will be a lack of no, not lack. There will be a more competition.
Okay. Perfect. So when large number of applicants are applying, there will be a lot of competition which will be present. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then what are the precautions to be kept in mind while searching for the internet? Let me list few precautions. See, using the internet to screen the candidates is not risk-free, especially when it comes to social networking sites. And even, there are also no legal cases yet, but news travels fast on the web. Please remember this. And employers who rely overly much upon social networking sites may find that job applicants are not as eager to look at their firm. And the most conservative approach is to perform an internet search after there's a consent and a job offer is made contingent upon completion of a background check that is satisfactory to the employer. Okay, so as on today, what we have discussed wanted signboards, the pros and cons, employment exchange, TV or radio advertisement, and search on the internet. In my next session, I'll be discussing about the other sources of external recruitment. So thank you so much, dear HR students, for your patience listening. Wish you a very happy weekend to all of you. Bye and take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.